Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm here to do a book haul for you. So, yes, we are getting towards the end of the year and it's still receiving books, but this list is special or exceptional because there's some things in here that, surprised me. So, I had to get them. So, let's get started. So, this won't be too long. So since we are in Nonfiction November, I saw that this book came out and I purchased it immediately. This is My Name is Barbara. This is the autobiography of Barbara Streisand. And I've already started reading it. I haven't gotten that far in. I may be like 10 pages in. I'm just going to be reading this a little bit at a time and we just going to work it out. I'll finish it when I finish it. Hopefully I'll be finished by the 31st of December because this book is 966 pages, but it's a beautifully published book. I'm liking the way she writes about her life. The moment it's interesting. I like Barbara Streisand. I know some people aren't going to be down for this because it's on 966 pages and they don't love her like that. But I totally get it because autobiographies and biographies, you must be interested in the person, that you're reading about. So I totally get it. I'll let you know how it goes. For the moment, I'm right at the beginning. And this beautiful cover, of course, I take it off the book and I'm just, with the naked book because this cover is so beautiful and it's that shiny cover. So it risks to get messed up. So this is the first book that I'm reading. Yeah, I'm not mad at it for the moment. Okay, the next book I purchased this because I wanted a physical copy. I read this book a couple of years ago and discussed it with Christy on the podcast, Brown Girls Booking. There is Confusion by Jessie Redmond Fawcett. Now, I was interested in getting a copy. This is a mint edition copy. And I was looking to get the China Berry Tree by Jessie Redmond Fawcett in this edition, but they told me that it hasn't been put out into public domain yet for them to be able to print it. So Mint Edition is a great company. They, republish these beautiful classics, some that are, really hard to find in really decent editions. This edition is really nice and it's hardcover, nice print. And the thing about this company is it's print on demand. So when somebody wants a copy, then they print up a copy. So there's no waste. I highly recommend you buy some of your classics from them. They're fantastic. All right. The next book, I received this from the publishers. So this came from Penguin Random House, called The American Daughter by Maurice Carlos Ruffin. He's from New Orleans, my hometown. And they offered to send me this ARC. I was down. Because I have a feeling this one is going to be good. I wasn't a fan of his first book. And I didn't read his short story collection. But I want to read his short story collection because I heard on a podcast one of the short stories that was in the collection. I thought it was fantastic. This one is coming out next year. And it says, Addie, a curious, sharp-witted girl, and Sanit, her fierce mother, are inseparable. Enslaved to a businessman in the French Quarter of New Orleans, the pair spend their days dreaming of a loving future and reminiscing about their family's rebellious and storied history. When mother and daughter are separated, Addie is left hopeless and directionless until she stumbles into the Mockingbird Inn and meets Lenore, a free Black woman with whom she becomes fast friends. Lenore invites Addie to join a clandestine society of spies called the Daughters. With the courage instilled in her by Sanit, and with help from these strong women, Addie learns how to put herself first. So begins her journey toward liberation and imagining a new future. The American Daughters is a novel of hope and triumph that reminds us what is possible when a community bands together to fight for their freedom. So this is going to be good. I really feel like this is, I'm feeling it like here that it's going to be good. All right. The next two books I purchased were these two Daphne du Maurier books. Now, I purchased these because I like Virago editions, but not only that, there was a bookstagrammer who had a, reduction code I don't remember how much it was reduced, but it was reduced enough for me to say, let me go in here and buy these 2 books. So I used that reduction code and I got The House on the Strand and Jamaica Inn. So this one, The House on the Strand, we discussed the Daphne du Maurier on the podcast with Christy, and Christy kept talking about The House on the Strand. I love The House on the Strand so much better than Rebecca. I love The House on the Strand. She couldn't stop saying it. So here we go. The House on the Strand. I got it, girl. I got it. And The House on the Strand, it says, when Dick Young's friend, a Professor Magnus Lane, offers him an escape from his troubles in the form of a new drug, Dick finds himself transported to 14th century Cornwall. There, in the manor of Tywardreath, the domain of Sir Henry Champernowne, he witnesses intrigue, adultery, and murder. Okay, I'm all in. The more time Dick spends consuming in the past, the more he withdraws from the modern world. With each dose of the drug, his body and mind become addicted to this other world, and his attempts to change history bring terror to the present and put his own life in jeopardy. So that is The House on the Strand. I can't wait. Okay, this one is Jamaica Inn. This one says, after the death of her mother, Mary Yellen crosses the windswept Cornish moors to Jamaica Inn, the home of her aunt, Patience. There she finds Patience, a changed woman, downtrodden by her violent husband, Joss Merlin. Mary discovers that the inn is a front for a lawless gang of criminals, okay, and is unwillingly dragged into their dangerous world of smuggling and murder. Despite herself, she becomes powerfully attracted to a man she dares not trust, Joss Merlin's brother. Before long, she will be forced to cross her own moral line to save herself. Okay, so if you haven't read Daphne du Maurier, what you waiting for? Go ahead and try to read Rebecca because it's excellent. All right, the next book I have here, this was gifted to me from, I think it's One World. No, Harper Press. And it's called The Blueprint by Ray Gianna Rashad. There we go, right there. This cover is, it's beautiful. All right. So I have a little paper here that gives me a little bit. Oh, wait, here's a picture of her. Ray Gianna Rashad. There she is right there. As you can see what she looks like. Okay, so what is The Blueprint about? The Blueprint is about a young woman coming of age in an alternate near future United States where Black women are seen as property. So Lynn, my main character, becomes entangled with a white high-ranking government official. She navigates life using the story of Henriette, her ancestor, who was an enslaved concubine in 19th century Louisiana. At its core, it's the story of hypocrisy centered on the commodification and politicizing of women's bodies, but it's also a ballad of vulnerability, the story of ancestral ties, intergenerational trauma, sacrifice, and long-standing hope. Okay, y'all, this, come on now. This book got to be good, okay? So, thank you, Harper, for sending that to me, putting me on to that, because I didn't know. Oh, and this one is coming out, just to be exact on the date. Let me just see. This book is coming out on February 13th, 2024, in case you're interested. So, yes, The Blueprint. Next, I have Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward. So this edition is the Waterstones edition, which is a signed edition, and it's very beautiful on the inside. It's very beautiful on the inside. So this one I'm currently in the process of reading. I'm buddy reading it with my friend Morgan. We should be checking in either today or tomorrow. I'm probably going to check in tomorrow. I'll be ready, I'll be ready to talk about the first 100 pages. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet. But yeah, y'all got to read that because, it's Jesmyn Ward. Like, why wouldn't you read it? Now, if you want to know what it's about, It says, on a slave plantation in the Carolinas, Anis has survived in the light of her mother's resilience, comforted by stories of her African warrior grandmother. Everything she knows, she learned from her mother: how to fight, how to be strong, how to grow up in a world shrouded in darkness. When she is sold south by the white enslaver who fathered her, Anis must venture onward through the rich but unforgiving landscapes of the American South alone. From the rice fields of the Carolinas to the slave markets of New Orleans and into the fearsome heart of Louisiana's sugar plantation. Searching for relief in memories of her mother, she opens herself to a world beyond her own, teeming with spirits of earth, water, history, and myth. A reimagining of American slavery, as beautifully rendered as it is heart-wrenching. Let Us Descend offers a magnificent portrait of the strength of the human spirit and its ability to emerge from darkness into light. This is a story of beauty, love, rebirth, and reclamation, a masterwork for the ages. So there you have it. I will definitely be doing a review on this when I'm finished. All right, next, this is a play that I found mentioned in a book that I'm reading right now, when I just about to finish it, which is called First Class. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I have it here. In this book right here, First Class, The Legacy of Dunbar, America's First Black Public High School. I was reading this for Nonfiction November, and this play was mentioned inside. I had never heard of this person before. Her name is Angelina W. Grimgeck, and this was published for the first time in 1920, and it's a play. And this book, I had to purchase it on Amazon, but I just realized, I didn't know this, but they have this website where they publish these kind of books, which are the forgotten books. So it's called forgottenbooks.com, and I think you can get all the forgotten books on there. And so this is what was on there. I have no idea what this is about, but I'm here for it because it's a play and it's Harlem Renaissance. The next two books I have on my list are Le Premier Dumas, Le Dragon Noir, so it's the Black Dragon. And I have part 2, which is called Le Diable Noir, which is the Black Devil. So this is a series that is written about Alexandre Dumas, the writer who wrote The Count of Monte Cristo. This is about his father, who was a great French general, who is kind of like not as well known. It's the fault of Napoleon, because he's a jerk. He was a jerk. And he was kind of jealous. No, he was jealous. He wasn't kind of jealous. So this is following Alexandre Dumas' father, the great general. As you can see, it's a wonderful graphic novel, the way it is drawn. I can't wait to get to this one. I'm probably going to get to this one before the end of the year. Just beautifully drawn and beautifully recounted. Love the thing on the in the back where there's General Dumas kissing his son goodnight because he's obviously leaving to go to war. Fantastic. I can't wait to get to these. I'm not sure if these are going to be translated into English. These are in French, but they just came out not so long ago. So who knows, maybe there will be a chance for these to be in English. And then last but not least, another graphic novel called Madeline Resistant. And this one is the part 2 of the first one. Now, the first one, I don't have it here. I think it's downstairs because I have no more room at the bottom of my bookcase for graphic novels. But this one is about Madeline. And Madeline, which you learned in the first one, is a young girl who's living her normal, simple life with her family and her brother. And there are things that are happening that she gets involved in, and suddenly she becomes a part of the resistance. Like, it almost is like she cannot say no. I guess you could say it's like when something leads you down a path and you're not really sure what it is, and then once you get there, you start to do the things and you realize, oh my God, I'm in the resistance. But she never went against being in the resistance, and she never went against the things that were leading her down that path, because she obviously wanted to be on the right side of history, wanted to do the right thing. You'll see if you read the first one, it's just, oh my goodness, really, really extraordinary. Now, keep in mind, Madeline is very old today. And this author of this graphic novel interviews Madeline, and then he writes everything in graphic novel form and draws it out. In the beginning, Madeline thought it was silly because she said, oh, silly little comic, kind of thing. But then he made her understand that a lot of people read comics, and this is a good way to get her story out to a lot of people. So she agreed. And when she saw the first one, she was very surprised and very happy. So she's continuing on telling her story, and this is part 2. Just to show you how beautiful the drawings are. This particular graphic novel is done in this sort of, deep blue-gray all the way through, because it's going to be probably pretty intense. But you can see the high caliber artwork, which I love high caliber artwork in graphic novels. So this is number 2. And who knows, maybe there'll be a number 3. I don't know. So those are all of the books that I have received recently. I hope you enjoyed this. If there's anything you're particularly interested in, comment below so we can chat about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back really soon with another video. Bye.